You've probably heard about being in ketosis, burning fat for fuel, or even doing carb cycling. But have you ever heard of metabolic flexibility? It's one of those terms that sounds complicated, but can actually change the game for your health, energy, and long-term weight management. Let me ask you this. Have you ever felt like your body is constantly battling you? Like the moment you go a few hours without eating, you crash? Or maybe you're working out and eating clean, but your energy levels still dip and dive? That might not be a discipline problem. It might be a flexibility problem. Metabolic flexibility is the body's ability to adapt, to seamlessly shift between burning carbs and burning fat, depending on what's available. And when your body can do that, everything changes. Today, we're diving into what metabolic flexibility really means, why it matters more than you might think, and how a ketogenic lifestyle helps you unlock it naturally, without extreme dieting, endless restrictions, or constantly second-guessing your food choices. Let's start with the basics. Your body has two main sources of fuel: glucose, which comes from carbs and sugar, and fat, either stored in your body or coming from your food. Most people rely almost entirely on glucose for energy, and that's not necessarily bad, unless your body can't use fat when glucose isn't available. That's where problems show up. If your body is always craving carbs, if you can't go a few hours without needing a snack, if fasting feels like torture and your energy disappears without sugar or caffeine, that's metabolic inflexibility. And the truth is, it's incredibly common. Because when we eat high-carb meals all day, every day, especially the ultra-processed kind, we condition our bodies to depend on sugar as a primary energy source. Over time, your metabolism stops remembering how to tap into fat as fuel. Now you're stuck in one gear, and your engine starts sputtering. On the other hand, when you're metabolically flexible, your body can flip between fuel sources effortlessly. Had a low-carb day? No problem. Your body burns fat. Had a carb-heavy dinner at your cousin's birthday party? No biggie. Your body processes it and gets right back to burning fat when it's ready. That's the real power of flexibility. It's not about being perfect, it's about being adaptive. And that's exactly what keto helps you build. When you adopt a well-formulated ketogenic lifestyle, you train your metabolism to burn fat efficiently. At first, this looks like reducing your carb intake and eating more healthy fats. Over time, your body enters ketosis, a natural metabolic state where fat becomes your main source of fuel. But here's where it gets interesting. Staying in ketosis for long periods helps your body relearn how to use fat for energy. It strengthens that once-forgotten metabolic pathway. And as your body becomes better at burning fat, you develop what we call fat adaptation. That's a key milestone, because once you're fat adapted, you don't just feel good in ketosis, you become metabolically flexible. That means if you eat carbs occasionally, your body doesn't panic. It doesn't store everything as fat. It doesn't kick you into a sugar crash spiral. Instead, it processes what you ate and smoothly returns to fat-burning mode when needed. Keto, then, isn't about avoiding carbs forever. It's about training your metabolism so you can handle carbs better and not be ruled by them. Let's think about athletes for a second. Many elite endurance athletes are now turning to metabolic flexibility because they want the best of both worlds. They need quick-burning energy for intense bursts of activity. That's where glucose shines. But they also need steady, long-term fuel for endurance, and fat is amazing for that. If your metabolism can toggle between both, you perform better, recover faster, and avoid energy crashes altogether. But even if you're not running marathons, metabolic flexibility still matters. It gives you food freedom. It gives you energy stability. It gives you long-term health benefits like more consistent blood sugar levels, fewer cravings, better hormone balance, reduced risk of chronic disease, and yes, easier weight loss and maintenance. And here's the best part. Building metabolic flexibility doesn't require perfection. You don't have to do keto forever without ever touching a carb again. You just need to use keto as a training tool to rewire your metabolism. Once you've developed that flexibility, you'll have more freedom than ever, not less. But here's the thing. Most people give up before they ever reach that point. They jump into keto for a few days, maybe a week or two, and then quit when the scale doesn't move fast enough. Or they hit a wall with the keto flu and assume something's wrong. But if you can stick with it long enough to retrain your metabolism, everything starts to click. You stop feeling hungry all the time. You stop obsessing over your next meal. You stop needing constant snacks to survive the day, and you start feeling energized, clear-headed, and back in control. That's what being metabolically flexible feels like. It's not just about burning fat. It's about becoming your most efficient self. So if you've been wondering whether keto is worth it, if you've tried it before but didn't feel like it worked, or if you're afraid of being too restricted, consider this your invitation to look at keto through a different lens. It's not a diet. It's a strategy, a tool to help you restore your metabolism's natural intelligence. Because here's the truth, your body wants to be flexible. It just needs the right environment to remember how. And when it does, that's when real transformation begins. So wherever you are in your journey, just starting out, bouncing back after a break, or refining what's already working, remember this. Keto isn't the destination, it's the bridge. Metabolic flexibility is the goal, and you have everything it takes to get there. Ready to start building that metabolic flexibility for yourself? Check out the link to the KetoWise Hub in the channel description. That's where you can sign up for the free 7-day keto challenge and take your first step with guidance, support, and a full plan. And if you want more real talk, insights, and encouragement for living your best keto life, be sure hit subscribe. You've got this. This video is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always consult a healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet or lifestyle.